Hello. Today I'm making blueberry muffins, keto blueberry muffins. What's keto about them? Well, I use almond flour instead of regular flour and stevia instead of sugar. And it's supposed to be 3 carbs a piece. I don't know. All I know, it's healthier than regular muffins, and I love my sweets, so I have artificial sweets, but I'll show you what I've done here so far. All right, so I got it, here's my mixing bowl, okay? There you go. And into the oven they go, just like the witch in Hansel and Gretel, okay? All right, and probably by the time I finish my chat here, yeah, these will be finished. Let me just, okay, 350 for 20 minutes should do it, and then we'll check for doneness. Yeah, let me see, set this up here, so, okay, there we go. And of course I have the I think it's called glamour. It's some kind of like magic wand, and so you can see it looks like I've been Botoxed, but I'm not. Anyway, yeah, hold on a minute. It's also a beautiful day, so I got the laundry done. Here's some, here's my laundry room, like you could care, but anyway. All right. There's my laundry room. There's the laundry. I got some on my hand. We're going to go outside, and I'm going to hang them up on my IKEA hanger. Trouble with IKEA is, I think I've told you this before, it's so convenient, you know? And here I am doing my laundry. The trouble with IKEA is, like, you know, it's so convenient, you know? Where am I here? Oh well, whatever. But you know, it's so easy. Go to IKEA and buy something from IKEA, like this really handy dandy laundromat. It's well designed, it does its job, it's cheap, but then after a while, the entire house looks like an IKEA showroom. You know, that's what my place looks like. In fact, I think I'll give you an IKEA tour of my place when I finish here. Okay, so the towels. Okay, I'll be right back with some more laundry. Yeah, drying stuff outside. It's kind of another nod to Alan. You know, he was so big on ecology. So you know, I try not to use the washing machine, and I try to, you know, save energy by doing stuff outside, and it's also cheaper. But I kind of like clothes that are dried outside. And actually, I kind of, you know, I got into this drying stuff outside when I was living in Al Ain. I think I told you that. I would put stuff out in Al Ain, in the UAE, and it would be dry in 10 minutes. I mean, intense heat, but dry. So, yeah. So I got used to doing laundry outside and just drying it. And hey, it's a beautiful sunny day. So, hey, might as well take advantage of it. Okay, so I got the laundry all hung out to dry. Plants look like they're doing okay. You know what, I think a little later no, that's still wet. I don't know, I may water the plants later. Here's the geraniums. Well, here's one regenerating here. Okay, all right, now we're gonna go back inside. Leave the screen open, it's such a beautiful day. In fact, I'm gonna open up the front door here too. Da, 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 da. This is like Dorothy, you know. Color. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be soon time to take down this wreath. I think you're going to have to put it, maybe next week. I'll put up the, you know, my Christmas wreath. But you know, you've seen some of that one guy, the surfing Santa display, you know. Oh my God. I dropped my phone. Well, fortunately, it has a really good otter case, so nothing happened to it. Okay. Just fix this up. Sorry. Yeah, where am I here? Let me tighten this up. Tighten up on that drum. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, like I told you, oh, and excuse me, I'm going to have some coffee too. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I got this fancy schmancy coffee machine, right? You know, the more features a thing has, the worse they are because more can break. This one, I only had it a year. And see this thing here? This is the spout. Well, now it doesn't completely close. And so I made coffee the other day and I walked away and all the coffee was dripping down here all over the place. So, what I do, go to Amazon, of course. I'm expecting a new coffee machine. So, anyway, I'm going to have some coffee here. Yeah, so ergo, instead of the machine today, I'm using pressed coffee. And where is this coffee press from? IKEA. Yeah, in fact, let's take an IKEA tour of the apartment. Actually, I need to put some milk in there. Hold on. Now, you know what? Hey, you only live once. I'm going to use heavy cream. Oh, and by the way, yes, I got your memo, and so listen, I know, you don't want, there's nothing personal in this, there will be nothing personal in this thing. I can see where you have, just burned myself. Okay, yeah. You don't want anything personal on your computer, so. Yeah. Well, oh, anyway, speaking of IKEA, right? Okay, so that's all IKEA. And let's see, IKEA lamps there, IKEA recliner, IKEA couch. That's not IKEA picture, another IKEA picture. This is from IKEA. I think I told you about this thing, right? This picture here, that is exactly the view, almost, from the roof of 226 East 36th Street. And I got it for nostalgia purposes. I'm going to switch this around, just tell you a little. I'd sit, every day I'd sit and drink my coffee and read my 24-hour book and look out on that building. Now, interesting, this building, one time, there was an explosion and like the middle of the building blew out. And speaking of explosions, over here, this used to be the AT&T headquarters, and also there was a lot of AT&T equipment in it. And what was it called? Remember FALN? Here's a blast for the FALN. And that was, remember the Puerto Rican Liberation Organization, and they were, they were active. There were all sorts of, explosions from activists or prank bomb threats in the late 60s and 70s. But anyway, that AT&T building, that blew out. And I don't know if were you in, I think you were in New York then, maybe not. No, I think you were. And phone service was out all over Manhattan, and they had to pull in AT&T people from all over the country and put them in hotels and trying to get Manhattan back online. And of course now you have cell towers and who knows. My coffee's almost done. Just a minute. Come on, this thing is. Yeah, so I can talk to you. It's tilted here. Hold on. Yeah, okay. and some, I have artificial sweetener. Oh. Remember that childhood sick joke? Mommy, mommy, can I lick the bowl? Shut up and flush it like other children. Ha 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 ha. Well, if the dough tastes good, the muffins will be good. I think it could have been a little sweeter, but okay. Soak it, catch you later. Let's see how the muffins are doing. They don't seem to be rising. I hope I used enough baking powder. Okay. Excuse me. Well, like I said, I have a cold. Remember the first contact commercials? Would you believe it? I have a cold. Well, I do have a cold. Fortunately, it's not the flu, but how could it be? I've been so, I've got flu shots, COVID shots. But like I said when I text, of course, all during COVID, what was it? 2-3 years of cold free because I was never interacting with anybody. So did I tell you about it? I started at the Y again. I avoided the Y because, like I've said, it's like a petri dish. I go to the Y, I'd get doing classes, and then boom, I'd get sick. So I started in the Y again because I couldn't go for free. Kaiser has this deal like silver sneakers or something, and so you go to the Y for free. So, well, hey, it's free, might as well. So let's see. I've been going for 3 weeks, but then last Friday, right? I go to the Y. Sunday, boom, feel sick. So you try to, you go to a place to get healthy and it makes you unhealthy. Catch-22. With situations like that, I am so glad I'm an atheist. It's like, thank God, LOL, that no person, no entity has deliberately created the world the way it is, because if such a person existed, they would be Satan, one theory I have, trigger warning, bad language. My theory is that, I believe in a multi-universe, and it works like this. Every eon, or, every billion, multi-billion years, if there is a God, this God takes a dump, and that dump becomes a universe. And if things may be bad the way they are because what God took a dump and created us, But when things are really bad, that's what I think. Anyway, but I don't really believe that. But it's just nice to know that the way the world works with evil and cruelty is not someone's design. It's just that's the way it is. What was I reading? Yeah, well, all the crap I'm reading. Well, I didn't know that you were home or not. So I guess you're home. So okay, so you're safely away from C. diff and strep in hospitals. I always worried about Mary Margaret. During COVID, she was going to the hospital. Finally, she stopped. Thank God. Because if she picked something, she'd be in no shape to combat it. But yeah. So what am I up to these days? Well, um, I'm getting ready. The 16th, yeah, the 16th of December, I'm off to a Mexican cruise. It's really a cruise. I take a Christmas cruise down in Mexico. It's practically every year now. It's kind of an annual event. I mean, in this case, it was $800 per person with a veranda, and so couldn't refuse. So so it's just a quickie, just a week. Go down to Mexico, come back, and a nice change of pace, and really you could almost it's almost cheaper than staying home. I mean, it's like maybe it's 100 and change per day. So you get transportation, you get entertainment, you get breakfast, lunch, and supper and room service, and yeah. So that's what I'm going to do in like a little more than 2 weeks. Hold on a minute. I want to check my muffins. I think they may have to go a little longer. I thought I put enough baking powder in it, but then it does get a little. No. I'm going to put it in here for 5 more minutes. They look kind of pale. I'm going to put it on turbo. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I took aspirin, I took cough drops, and I took a nasal inhaler. So it's not, the cold doesn't seem too bad, and hopefully it will pass. I've only had, it was only bad for really 1 day. And, all I did was sleep, drink plenty of liquids, which meant constant trips to the bathroom, but I'm okay. Let's see how my coffee is. It's funny, when in the Middle East, I learned how to make Turkish coffee, and this press coffee tastes like Turkish coffee because, I guess because the grounds are totally in contact with the water as opposed from being filtered. But yeah, not bad. But pretty soon, the Amazon will be knocking at my door and delivering me a new coffee maker. And this time, it's just a plain carafe maker, no fancy schmancy wancy. How many years did your espresso machine last? Anyway, but I mean, yeah. So we'll get our new coffee maker. I'm trying to think what else is going on with me. Well, my usual study. Now I'm reading. Actually, I'm reading 2 things. I'm reading trying to read a book called Paradoxes. It's about mathematical paradoxes, but I think what I may do is I may give it to Dr. Bob, the PhD mathematician, for a Christmas present because it really is difficult for me. Less difficult is Sabine Hassenfelder. It's probably beyond you, but she's like a physicist, and she's got a bestseller book called Existential Physics. And it's like, what do all these new physics discovery mean? For example, she's also on the does not believe in free will. I mean, think about it. Religionists are, I think it started with St. Augustine, but religionists are big on free will. So God dictates everything, I mean, obviously anything that I do or that I think or that happens is a result of what's happened previously, So if that's true, my activities now are really not my choice. They are predetermined based on the past. But the religionists love the concept of sin, and so like everything's determined except when you decide to do something bad, then you have chosen to sin, which is bullshit. It's like most of us are victims of circumstances. We can't help it. That would be, I wish on an intellectual level, I believe it. I wish I believed it in my gut. And then I would be less resentful and more understanding of people that are not behaving optimally. But, hey, we're kind of like, reason, emotion are split. So on an intellectual level, I know that if somebody's done something bad, that it's a result of circumstances that they really have no choice. And really, I don't have much of a choice. But on the gut level, it's like, blame you for doing something stupid and blame myself for doing something stupid. Utterly unforgiving. But, to my credit, I continue to read about how free will is an illusion, and I try to tell myself when I'm pissed off at someone or pissed off at myself, it's like things cannot be other than they are. I mean, think about it. Things cannot be other than they are, and it's pretty true. Now, the things, I'm reading all this crap, and I'm also reading about, I don't know if I'll get the book, I probably won't, but it's called Building a Second Brain. It's like we have so much information, we are exposed to so much information that we need a second brain, and most people's second brain is stuff that they put in the cloud. I can smell the muffins, it smells like they're done. Just a minute. Nice. Yeah. They're brown on top, and if you can see, I loaded them with blueberries. Look at that. Yeah. But, it was my quest for the right journal, my quest for the right software. There's this software called Obsidian, and you put stuff in, random stuff, and it kind of like self-organizes for you. But the trouble is, it only works on Windows, and I'm a Chrome person. So I'm trying to kind of capture stuff in Google by using Google Docs, Google Keep, which is a note program, and the Google Cloud Drive. But I'm very disorganized. I just wish I captured more information and was more assiduous about making notes or summaries of things that I read. But hey, I don't. Anything else going on in my exciting life? Not. No. I wish maybe I'll try to send you a picture. Okay, ugly Christmas sweaters, right? So now they're coming out with ugly Hanukkah sweaters. So for Sergio's boss, we got her an ugly Hanukkah sweater. But what I did was I put it in a box, and on the front of the box, I made a copy of, printed out a copy of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And so on the front of the box, you have a blow up of the poster with Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef, and it says The Good, the Bad. You open up the box, and it has Eli Wallach, and it says The Ugly. And of course, and what's in with the ugly? An ugly, hideous Hanukkah sweater, as bad as any ugly Christmas sweater you've seen. And Sergio just texted me. He said the boss loved it. It was a great comic gift. So that's my mitzvah for today. I made Sergio happy, his boss happy, and brought a little levity into the office for him. So there you go. Yeah. Well, I can't think of anything else to say. I'm going to go and take, even though I have a cold, I'm not going to do a strenuous walk. I'm going to take a nice quiet stroll. I made muffins. So what cosmic points do I get today? Well, let's see. I made a video for you, so I get cosmic points, good karma for that. I made low carb keto muffins, so I think I get some karma for that, or I call it cosmic points. I'm going to take a walk, so I think I get some cosmic points for that. And so far, I haven't bought anything on Amazon today, so I've been Amazon abstinent. So I admire my restraint. Anyway, I spent enough money, last week working on my kitchen organization. I think I'll close with a shot of that. Yeah, and so I'm really happy with it. Now, when this calendar is finished, this calendar is going to be moved over there, and you'll have all that space in the middle for more storage or shelves. This counter was a mess. It was like a drop zone. Any come in, you have crap, drop it here. Well, now I can put stuff, mail in there or mail in there, outgoing mail here. Yeah. So I'm all set. Got a nice bulletin board all made up. The counter area is clean, and you can just have your coffee there. And I even added a nice little white orchid. So we have a nice little vignette there in my atomic clock. I'm so sad about the previous. It was so cool with this pendulum that swung. And, well, hey, made in China. How long is that going to last? Okay, got my coffee, and now I'm going to chow down on my fresh out of the oven keto almond flour blueberry muffins. I hope you're having a good day and that you're recovering from your recent bout of stomach virus. Okay, all right. Have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.